Hello, welcome back to another episode of Cloud Structure. Today we are going to learn about a very important topic, that is DNS. So my name is Amarnath Mishra and I warmly welcome all of you to our channel Bluecrest College BCC Broadcast. So today we are going to learn that is DNS, that is Domain Name System. When we say DNS plays a major role in an Active Directory structure, because DNS basically support with the help of hierarchical structure which is required by the Active Directory, cloud structure, any fundamental structure of systems in an IT structure. We need a DNS, because without DNS we cannot deploy a server, we cannot deploy the Active Directory. For the configuration of DNS, we need to connect to the cloud system. So we will connect now. So we'll check first connectivity between the cloud system. So ping 10.0.0.2 and 10.0.0.1. So it is connecting. We can see that response is coming. We'll check another server that is in the cloud structure, that is 10.0.0.1. Now we will take the remote connection of 10.0.0.2, that is msts space slash v 10.0.0.2. So it is asking for the credential. We'll log into the credential. So you can see that it is connecting to my remote server. So server is there, some system is already started there. So we'll move to the cloud structure. So you can see that this is my cloud structure. I'll connect to my cloud system. I'll connect it. So cloud system is running, you can see here. So let me show you first the DNS. Already it is there, so we'll connect for first here. So first we'll check with the IP configuration. So we'll go to the server manager, that is server configurations, and we'll move to the cloud systems, that is already in the structure of cloud, that is bluecrest.com. You can see that, and we'll check first IP address, because this IP address is very important. We need to provide a static IP address, because DNS used to resolve. There are two type of resolution is there. There is forward lookup zone and reverse lookup zone. So first we'll need to configure with the IP address. So we'll go to the IP configuration. So you can see here, go to properties. We'll go to TCP/IP version 4. We'll check the properties of IP address, and you can see that the IP address is 10.0.0.70, and the preferred DNS address should be the same. As you can see that it is 127.0.0.1, that is the loopback address. So we should configure the IP address with the preferred DNS address, because it is going to resolve from this specific DNS address. So we'll change the address, that is 10.0.0.70. So this is the first step of configuration of DNS in the domain environment, that is in my cloud structure. So we have configured the IP address over here with the preferred DNS address. Now we will move to the second step, that is we need to change the computer name also, that is a valid computer name. So you can see that we have already configured the computer name. So we'll move to the computer name, and when we go to the change, you can see that it is a domain name is bluecrest.com. We'll move to the computer name, that is cloud underscore server. You can see that computer name is already been configured with a specific name, valid name of a server, and it is been visible over here. So you can see that computer name is already there, that is cloud underscore server, and the domain name is bluecrest.com, and domain is already configured, and domain is running over here, and the IP address that is already configured with the preferred DNS address. So if you see that DNS already is installed over here. So if we want to configure the DNS, we need to go through the roles, that is go to manage, add roles and features. When we come to the add roles and features, welcome wizard has pop up. Now we'll go to the next. We can see that there is a role based feature installation is there. We'll select this radio button. We'll move to the next. Now we can see that the server name is already configured, that is cloud underscore server dot blocrest.com, that is FQDN. Already it is been configured over here, so it is good to go. Now you can see that the cloud underscore server dot blocrest.com, and the IP address, preferred IP address is 10.0.0.70. So we can move now, that is the next. When we move to the next, you can see that the DNS already installed, the roles has been installed over here. So DNS is very important over here, because without this DNS service, that is roles and features, without DNS roles we cannot configure the DNS over here. And after that we'll go to the next, and we need to install this DNS. So for my system it is already been installed over here, so we can see that the DNS is already installed, and we will check with the tools. So once it is finished, we'll come back to the another step, that is on the tools. So next step where we will see that whether DNS is installed or not. So we can see here in the left pan, you can see the under the dashboard there is a DNS is already installed. So this is the DNS service is installed in my system, and I can see that DNS is already running in the system, and that is cloud server, that is 10.0.0.70, and DNS is running over here. Now we need to configure the DNS. We'll go to the tools. So we have seen already that DNS is already installed. We have configured the computer name, we have configured the IP address, we have configured the preferred DNS address, and now we are going to configure the DNS. Now we'll go to the tools, and when we come to the tools, you can see that DNS has installed, so it has already pop up in my tool. And now we'll go to the DNS. So when we come to the DNS, you can see that the server name is cloud underscore server. We are already in the DNS, so you can see that the name of the server is cloud underscore server. So when we drag these services, you can see that when we drag the server, so DNS, under the DNS, this is my server, that is cloud underscore server. So this is my DNS server, and under the DNS server, when we drag it, you can see that there are two type of zones are there. Because in DNS what happens, it resolves name to IP and IP to name. So it is having two lookup zone is there. One is called forward lookup zone, and second one is reverse lookup zone. So when I drag this server, that is forward lookup zone, you can see that the blocrest.com is one of the DNS zone has been already configured. Because this is domain controller, by default with the help of domain controller, it has came the forward lookup zones. So this is the host entry, that is the host record of the DNS, that is cloud underscore server, and that is 10.0.0.70 is there, which is a static IP address, and it is configured as a forward lookup zone. We are going to configure the new zone over here. So we will go move to the forward lookup zone, and we will right click. The moment I do the right click, there is a option pop up, that is new zone. The moment we select the new zone, it is going to show me a pop-up screen will be there. So welcome wizard has appeared, and we can see that the zone will be translated to the DNS name to related data such as IP address or network services. When we do the resolution, that is name to IP, so it will be resolving by putting the name, it will resolve the IP address. So that is the function of forward lookup zone. So this is, we are going to configure the forward lookup zone for a new zone record. So we are moving to the new zone record, that is welcome wizard has already appeared, and now we'll move to the next. When we move to the next, here you can see there are some options are there. Like first option is primary zone, which will create a copy of zone that can be updated directly on the server. So that is the primary zone, because DNS first it will create a primary zone record. When we already have a primary zone record, then only it create the secondary zones, that because it will be having a copy of primary zone to the secondary and stub zone. But though we are configuring this zone record in the active directory, so it is an active directory integrated zone. You can see the checkbox is on for the active directory integrated zone in the DNS structure. So when we move to the next, so it is good to go. Now you can see that it is a primary zone. It is already selected in the primary zone. We are going to configure primary zone. So we'll go to the next. When we move to the next, it is already configured as a domain controller of blocrest.com. Under the blocrest.com, we are going to create a new zone record. So we'll move to the next, and now it is asking me for the zone record. So we'll provide in a FQDN format that zone record, that is new zone record. So we'll put a new zone record, that is it.com. This is the new zone record under a blocrest.com, that is it.com is the new zone. will be created. So in the left pane you can see only blockrest.com is visible. There is no it.com. So we are going to create this it.com zone record under the domain of blockrest.com. So we'll go to next. It is good to go that you can see that it has already been allocated, that is the selection has been done, that is the radio button is on for Active Directory integrated zone. So it is recommended Active Directory options because it will update dynamically, it will dynamically update. So it has been configured as a Active Directory integrated zone. So it is a recommended features of the Active Directory integrated zone. So we'll move to the next, and you can see that it.com will be created after this completing this wizard. So once we complete this finish, so you can see that it has been configured as a it.com. So it.com has been configured here and the zone record has been created, but there is no host record has been found over here because no host record is existing now. So we need to create a host record in the primary zone, that is your forward lookup zone. In the forward lookup zone we need to create a host record, then only it will be resolving the name to IP. So now we are going to create a host record. So right click in the it.com. Now we'll go to the new host record. So this is the host record which will be created as per the IP version 4 and IP version 6. That is A record and AAAA record will be there. Okay. So we are going to create a record, that is host record, for this DNS forward lookup zone. So now we'll create host record. One host record entry is pop up. Now we are going to create the entry. So we'll provide the name of the server is cloud underscore server. So we'll provide FQDN information will be, you can see that FQDN will be created after completing the host record. So now we are going to create the host record with the FQDN. So now, so it is cloud underscore server. So you can see that cloud underscore server.it.com and the IP 10.0.0.70. So we can check the IP. For that we'll go to the command prompt, that is, so we'll check the IP. So here you can see that IP is, so you can see the IP is 10.0.0.70. We'll close this, and now we have verified that the IP address for the host record is correct. So it is good to go. Now I will add the host record. So you can see that one host record has been added over here and it has been successfully created, the host record. So we'll hit a done button and now it has been done over here. So you can see that one host record has been created. Now we will move to the reverse lookup zone. Same way, similarly we will create a reverse lookup zone because till now we have created forward lookup zone. So it is good to resolve from name to IP, but it will not resolve IP to name because two type of zones are created in the DNS, that is forward lookup zone and reverse lookup zone. As you can see in the left pane under the DNS, that is cloud underscore server. So you can see that under the DNS structure there are two zones are there, zone records are there, that is forward lookup zone and reverse lookup zone. So in forward lookup zone it is it.com we have already created and the host record is created. Now we are going to create a reverse lookup zone. So we'll right click on the reverse lookup zone, a new zone has pop up. We'll click on new zone. Now you can see that one welcome wizard has been appeared. So this zone translate the DNS name to related to the data such as IP address. If you notice that in the previous zone record it was created with the help of name to IP, and here it is IP to name, it will resolve. We'll go to the next. We can see that it has already been selected with the primary zone, that is the radio button, and you can see it is also configured with the Active Directory integrated zone. So when we move to the next, that is Active Directory integrated zone, it is already been configured with the under the domain of blockrest.com. So this DNS has been selected, so it is good to go next. We'll move to the next. Now we are configuring here, we have already configured in a IPv4 structure. So now the zone record will be created in IPv4, that is as per the forward lookup zone we have created a record. In the reverse lookup zone also we are going to configure in the IPv4 structure. So when we go to the next, you can see that the net ID has to be inserted over here. So we'll insert a net ID, that is 10.0.0. So that is the net ID we have already provided, but there is that the last octet is not highlighted so that we cannot put any IP over here. So we'll move to the next. But before move to the next, you can see that reverse lookup zone has taken that 0.0.10. So it is opposite of this what we have entered in the net ID. We'll move to the next. That is, you can see that the allow only the secure dynamic updates recommended for Active Directory, because it is having under the integrated zone, that is Active Directory integrated zone. So it is good to go. Now we'll go move to the next, and you can see it has been configured with the reverse lookup zone, that is 10.0.0, and you can see that it is a reverse lookup zone. So we'll complete this by hitting the finish tab. It has been completed to the reverse lookup zone. So we have created forward lookup zone, now we have created reverse lookup zone. But the thing is that we need to enter the PTR record. We don't have any record over here, so we need to create a record so that it will resolve in a reverse lookup zone. So now we'll move to the reverse lookup zone. We'll right click on the zone record, and we can see that there is a new pointer, that is PTR records are there. So we'll create a new pointer over here so that it will resolve from IP to name. So the moment we click it, the record entry has pop up. Now we will put the record over here. So it is 10.0.0.70. If you want to verify this address, we will go to the forward lookup zone where we configured the it.com, and there is a 10.0.0.70 is there. So we'll provide this in the reverse lookup zone. We'll come to the record and we'll right click new PTR record. We'll provide here 10.0.0.70. So it has been configured as 70.0.0.10. So it is in a reverse order, it will resolve, that is IP to name. So name need to be resolved with the help of your forward lookup zone. So we'll browse this one, host name. We'll go to the cloud server. In a forward lookup zone, there is a it.com. This is the host record which is need to be resolved in the reverse lookup zone. So we'll select this and click OK, so that it will be able to resolve in the reverse lookup zone. Now we'll click OK, and this is the completion of reverse lookup zone. So you can see that the PTR record has been developed over here, PTR record has been created, and we can resolve over here. So now the last portion of this DNS is, that is testing. Now we will go to test the DNS. So we'll move to the CMD command prompt and we'll type here CMD. When we come to the CMD, that is in the command prompt, we'll type here, that is ns lookup. When we come to the ns lookup, here it is going to resolve the name to IP and IP to name, that is forward lookup zone and reverse lookup zone. First we are going to check the forward lookup zone, that is cloud underscore server. We'll check that is first forward lookup zone, that is cloud underscore server, forward lookup zone, that is cloud underscore server dot it.com. So you can see that it has resolved, that is cloud underscore server dot it.com has 10.0.0.70. Similarly, we can check in a reverse lookup zone, that is with the help of IP it will resolve the name. So what we will do, we'll put the IP, that is 10.0.0.70. it is going to resolve the name. So you can see that when I am putting the IP and when we provide the name, that is cloud underscore server dot it.com, it is providing me with the IP, that is 10.0.0.70. So this way we can check that my forward lookup zone and reverse lookup zone are working fine. So in the both the cases we have checked that forward lookup zone and reverse lookup zone, both the method we have tested. So my DNS is working fine. So I hope you have learned that how to configure a DNS in a cloud structure in an Active Directory environment. So if you want to learn more about the Active Directory, domain structure, server, cloud structure, cloud computing, please visit to our college, Blue Crest College, 77 Wilkinson Road. Thank you.